Okay, I promised I was going to do a video on the volume and surface area of a couple shapes. I'm going to do the rectangular prism, the cone, and the uh, rectangular pyramid. Okay? All right, so the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of the cone. Remember I said, if we look at our formula here, it's 1/2, the volume is going to be 1/2 of P, which is this height. This is P, and this is our radius. Okay, so our volume is going to be 1/3, of P pi r squared. So it's 1/3 of 14 times pi times 4 squared. Okay, and if I go ahead and compute that out, I'm going to do 14 pi times 16. I'm going to just go ahead and square the 4, divide it by 3. My volume on that is 234.57, and that would be centimeters cubed. Okay. All right, my surface area is going to be the area of the bottom, okay, which is a circle, plus pi r L. But we have not computed L yet. L, if you remember, is our lateral height. So if I have, and how am I going to do that? I have to use Pythagorean theorem on that. So I'm going to say 14 squared plus 4 squared is equal to L squared. So L squared is 14 squared plus 4 squared is 212. So I need to take the square root of that, and if I do the square root of 212, that height is 14.56. So this is 14.56. All right. So next what I'm going to do then is let's go compute that surface area. So my surface area is going to be pi times my radius squared, which is 4 squared, plus pi times r, which is 4, times my lateral length, which is 14.56. So if I multiply that all out, I get 16 pi times, that's 4 pi, no, 16 pi plus 4 pi times 14.56. And I get in total is 233.23, and that would be centimeters squared since it's surface area. Okay? All right. So if we do our volume of our rectangular prism, if you remember, it's the area of our base times our height. So, or if you remember this, we did this, so the area of the base is 5 times 4 times the height, which is 12. This is 20 times 12 is actually 240, and that would be centimeters cubed. Okay, so now if you remember our surface area, we actually have 6 different sides. We have the front one, which is 5 by 12. And we actually have 2 of those because we have one in the front and one in the back. Plus, now we have the one on the side, on the 2 sides, which is 4 by 12. And I have 2 of those. And the last one are the top and the bottom. Okay, and that's 5 times 4. And I have 2 of those. So I've counted for all 6 of my sides. All right, so that's 60 times 2 is 120. 4 times 12 is 48, times 2 is 96. And then this is 20 times 2 is 40. So I get a total of 256 centimeters squared because it's surface area. All right. The last one I want to do is a rectangular prism. Okay, I said my base is 10, and the pole height that we called it is 12, and we're going to call these all in inches. Okay, so if you remember, our volume of that is going to be it's 1/3 of P times W squared. W is the length of that because the base is just a square. So It's one, so my volume is going to be 1/3. The pole height I gave you was 12, and then the area of my base is 10 times 10. Okay, which really, if you had a rectangular pyramid, it's just 1/3 of the rectangular pyramid. All right, so if I go ahead and bang this out, that's actually 1/3 of 12 is 4, times 10 is 40, times 10 more is 400. So that'd be 400 inches cubed. And for those of you that certainly want to see it on the calculator, I'm going to do 1 divided by 3 times 1200. And I get 400. Okay. Surface area gets a little bit trickier. Okay. So our surface area on this is I have my square on the bottom, which is 10 times 10. And then I have 4 rectangles. But I need to know this lateral height, okay? Because I know the width, which we call W, I need to determine this one. So if I think about that triangle, that's just this one to find that L. This was 12. This is not 10, it's 5. Okay, now remember that is one of our special triangles. If you don't remember that, I'm going to do 12 squared plus 5 squared is L squared. This is 144 and 25 is 169. Square root of 169 is 13 because it's a 5, 12, 13 triangle. Okay? All right, so our surface area then, so this is 13, is our base, and then it is 4, oops, you can't see that, 4 times each of these triangles. Okay? So each triangle is 1/2 the base, which was 10, times the height, which was 13, but I have 4 of those. Okay? All right, so this is 100. This is 130. Half of 130 is 65. 65 times 4 is 260. It's plus. So my total surface area is 360. Those of you that want to see it banged out on the calculator, it's 10 times 10 plus 0.5 times 10 times 13 times 4, and I get 360. In this case, that would be inches squared. Okay? All right, so I certainly hope this helps. If you want me to do a cylinder while we're at it, because we didn't do one or it was very quickly the other day, okay? So I'm going to say my height is 20. My diameter I'm going to give us is 15 or 16, okay? So if my diameter is 16, my radius is therefore 8, okay? So if we're going to do the volume of our cylinder, our formula sheet says it's pi r squared h, because what is that? It's the area of the base times the height. So that's going to be pi times 6 squared times the height, which is 20. All right, so if I bang this out, I'm going to have pi, 6 squared is 36, times 20 gives me a total volume of 2261. 0.95, and that would be units cubed. All right, for surface area of a cylinder, as I have 2 circles, so it's 2 pi times my radius squared, and that radius squared is 8 squared, plus, which if you unfold this is a rectangle, so it's 2 pi r, which was 8, and our height was 20. All right, so if I type this out, I get 2 pi times 8 squared plus, I'm going to combine these together, I get 16 pi times 20. Hold on. That was a pi. I don't know, it's stored in H. Something is stored in H. Yeah, so I get 1407.43, and that would be units squared surface area. Okay, hope this helps, and good luck on your final tomorrow. Thanks.